Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for checking out the video and welcome to Keeping It Real Fishing. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison today of 6 of the most popular glide baits on the market. They range in size from the smaller guys here, the 175 size, all the way up to the big famous Depths 250. We're going to throw them out into the water. You know, one of the prime concerns of anybody buying these lures is how does it swim? And they're all in the same category, and so they allegedly all do the same thing, but each manufacturer has their own take on that action. And particularly when you look at something like the Depths, these are expensive lures. You want to know what you're getting into before you make that purchase. You know, glide baits are like the newest category within swim bait fishing, and swim bait fishing is one of the newest and most popular categories in bass fishing. And these are, you know, kind of simplistic lures. They just have that one joint, very, very simple, but they're so popular because what they do in the water is very unique and it has a lot of drawing power. What I'd like to do though today is show you these in the water and show you that very unique swimming action. So we're going to run down them all today. We're going to throw them in the water and see how they swim and how that glide action plays out. So first of all, we have the Savage Gear. All right guys, here we go. Let's get the little Savage Gear bass out there. Check out the action. Just had a professional overrun. This setup here is a Lowdown Customs 8-foot extra heavy rod and a Curado 300. And I got it set up specifically for my biggest lures. So that little guy there was not the right choice. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments. Let me fire that up again. Next, this guy. This is the newest Savage Gear, and this is the 3D Shine Glide. These just came out recently, and that's in that bluegill color. JDM style, guys. This is GanCraft, extremely popular manufacturer. Exquisite finish on this. It's going with a very, very nice perch finish. This is the GanCraft Jointed Claw 178.
Fish on. Fish on. Oh, fish off. Fish off.
So guys, we're just testing here. I'm trying to show you the action of this lure, and I think these lures work. Just as it would so happen, perfect conditions here this evening. Wow. Wow. Well, we're gonna get back to it. We're just testing. But that was a solid fish. Hopefully, and right before that, I hope it shows up in the video, we had 3 nice sized followers. All right, let's get it back out there. Probably the most respected, revered, and maybe the most hated because of what they cost. This is Depths, also out of Japan. They really kind of are the king in this category. This is the smaller version. This is the Depths Slide Swimmer 175. The king of value. This is from River to Sea, and this is their largest size. This is the S-Waver 200 millimeter bait there from River to Sea. Very, very popular. Last but not least, guys, we do have the king. If you're searching for the biggest of the big fish, you have found your lure. 10 inches, over 6 ounces of wide glide action. This is the famous Depths 250 Slide Swimmer. All right, guys, so I hope that helped you out just a little bit. You know, there are a lot of tricks that you could do with these glide baits here. What you should take away from it, and hopefully what you saw, the larger baits, the ones that just have more mass, they really do have a tendency to glide out more. It's just the physics of it. You have more shear weight changing direction. It's more apt to keep pushing that direction because it's just a heavier lure cutting through the water. So the 250 is always going to give you that widest glide. I didn't even do that great of a job showing it, but these can kind of kick out from a center point almost 3 feet to each side. When you get them dialed in, you know what you're doing. You can really get some awesome coverage of water in the 250. Just going to go through the others and just give you a couple thoughts. River to sea here, you probably noticed the flash of it, and that's something to consider if you're in clearer water and you're wanting to send out that kind of flash of light of an injured fish. This finish from River to Sea definitely has that. You'll notice the action's very different. Even though it's a large lure, the nature of the joint makes it tighter than the Depths 250. It's a little bit more methodical and subtle. I realized that this one I have to reel faster to get a similar action of the others reeling at a slower speed. But each lure has its own personality, and you just kind of have to figure it out if that's the one that you go with. So this is the River to Sea. The smaller Depths, I think, is really, really great. It has a lot of the action of the big one. It can't quite kick out as far to each side, but it's very, very smooth. The Depths lures have a lot of fluidity in their motion, which some of the others are a little bit more mechanical, the way those joints hit. The Depths joints here are rubberized, and they actually, once they hit, they actually have a little bit of extended travel there. So it's like the first stop and the second, and it just makes them smooth, very, very smooth and fluid. So this 175 is a great choice. If you're not looking for that monster bass, or maybe the 250 is just too big for you, this is a great lure, still very large, and still will get those big strikes. The Gancraft, this is the one that surprisingly that bass came up and hit it. And you'll notice after that we're having trouble getting the motion back out of it. And this is one that I got a while ago. I was so excited. And it swam really good for me in the beginning, and then something happened. I can't see anything wrong with it, but then the action on this one was kind of haphazard. And that's what I noticed here. That first cast, it was swimming great, real fluid and, you know, wide to the sides like the Gancraft is known for. After that strike, I wanted to get more footage, and it was kind of nosing down, swimming tight. It just didn't look right. I tried it a few more times, and I'm thinking that water got inside. And I think that's what happened. When I first got it, it was dry. I think there may be a pinhole in here somewhere, and as I fished it, water got in, and it affected the balance and the weight. That would make sense why my first cast was good and the subsequent cast after that fish were not so good. But don't let that dissuade you. These are renowned lures. It might just be, you know, something wrong with this particular one. That's the Gancraft there, and that amazing perch finish. Then, guys, we had this guy, Super Value. This is one of the newest ones on the block. A lot of people are talking about it. The Savage Gear 3D Shine Glide. Fantastic finish. This one also actually has dampened joints. There's actually foam in those joints there to kind of mimic what the slide swimmer is doing. So when the plastic hits, it's not actually very loud. And this one here is probably your best value of the bunch. It's got a great profile, really looks like a fish, has a nice action. It's just a great bait, and they make these in a few different colors. Well, they make all these in a few different colors, but that's the Savage Gear. Very nice. Last thing, guys, the original Savage Gear, or the older one here. This one really surprised me. I've had this one for a little while. It was actually a gift from a friend. And it just kind of looks simplistic, but this one, very, very smooth action on this. Great little bass profile. This one here also very, very economical. Smallest of the bunch. It's going to range the gamut of fish. You're probably going to get your 1 and 2 pounders, as well as appealing to some of those larger fish. But this one here, maybe the best bait of the bunch, just starting out. You just want to try these baits out and see if you like that style. So you have that original Savage Gear Glide there. So that's it, guys. Just a quick once over on the swimming action. Died right at the end, dead battery. At least we weren't catching the fish of a lifetime, right? Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments. And as always, I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.